It is 10 o'clock. It is time to get started, and I am excited to share with you about the new stimulus and CARES Act and how it affects you. So, if those of you can see me, if you will, pop in the chat or message me and say, I see you, everything's good. I'm going to be sharing with you some slides, and I'm not going to be able to see myself or the messages that are coming through. So I will have my assistant, Kennedy, who will be working and trying to answer some of those questions as we continue to get started. What I do want to tell you is this is my first time sharing this. So I want to be real and I'm gonna be raw, and I'm going to try to get my point across as much as possible. I know you guys are going to have lots of questions, and I do want to be able to field those, and I'm going to be able to hopefully answer those at the end of this. So let's go ahead and get started. I want to see if you can tell me right now if you can actually see my screen. I'm going to make sure here. Okay. Yes. I think maybe everybody may be able to see me now. Yes. Okay. Great. 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 Okay. Yes. Here I am. All right. So I'm going to share my screen. I want you guys to be able to see this here. Let me get back to my presentation. I am super excited. Yay. Here goes. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about me. If anybody, it looks like you may not be able to see my screen. So I want to make sure, can you guys see my screen here? Hold on. Solo, we're going to turn this on. Can we maybe see can everybody see the screen? Or yes. Okay. Yay. Super excited. All right. We are going to get started here. Let me see if we can make this happen. Yes. Okay. Sorry, guys. This is my first time. I want to make sure this is all good. Okay. A little bit about me. I'm going to share with you about me and how this all works and just why I'm sharing this with you today. So, yes, I'm hoping that. Okay. Yes. Okay. My name is Courtney Epps. I have been an accountant for the last 19 years, and I reside currently in Greenville, South Carolina. And we have an accounting firm here. I'm an author. I'm a speaker. I'm a mom of 6. You can see my children ranging from 17 to 7. I love to talk. So for those of you who have not seen me on a live, I love to help people. I love to talk. I love to share what I say that I'm the best at, which is tax strategy. So I love to just free up money for people and help them understand our tax code. And here's what I'm so excited about. So this whole stimulus thing, I want you to understand my aha moment was in the tax world. I was just a regular accountant for about 16 years, and I realized that I really had a superpower for not only helping people, but helping people at a level that just taking the information that I've learned throughout the years and help people not make stupid mistakes. So I went through and from a traditional tax prep to helping the average families keep more of their money. So what I realized is that by helping someone understand that they can have a home-based business, it can literally save them $4,000 to $8,000 a year. And that's kind of how I came down this road. So I was a fractional CFO for about 15 companies. I ended up giving up that so that I could focus and help people understand this massive tax strategy. And see, here's what I want you guys to know and why this is important. Why it's important to share with your family and friends exactly where we are today. 46% of Americans before the pandemic did not have an additional $400 to their name. 66% of Americans didn't have an extra $1,000 to their name. And now we have people that are out of work for weeks upon weeks. And, they're concerned. Some of them have lost their jobs. And so I'm here today to give you hope and help you understand what is happening with this new stimulus package. The new CARES Act is what they're calling it. And part of it is taxes. So I'll be talking about that. But part of it is just how do you get back on track? whether you're an employee, whether you're a business owner, it is my job to help you today understand what you need to do. Now, I'm not going to answer all the questions for you today. You're going to have to go look some of this information up, and we will try to provide as much content on every single one of my pages as I possibly can. But let me go ahead and get started. And so the 2020 stimulus, what does that mean for you? See, guys, in the beginning, I thought it was just going to be for employees, but they have made it that it's going to work for everyone, whether you're self-employed, whether you're an employee, whether you're a 1099 subcontractor, whether you're part of the gig economy, whether you drive for Uber, whether you're in network marketing. This can all work for you. So here's how I want you to understand these huge benefits. Some are going to appeal to you, some are not. So for everyone that has filed a tax return, I'm going to say in 2018 or 2019, you're going to qualify for this stimulus benefit and there are certain limitations, so we'll talk about that in just a second. But if you make less than $75,000 a year for an individual, or just a taxpayer, if you're married filing separately or married filing jointly, and you make more than $150,000 a year or less than $150,000 a year, you're entitled to the maximum benefit of $1,200 per adult and $500 for each dependent. So dependents are considered if they were on your tax return. So let's just say that if they're in college, whatever, even if they file their own tax return, if they are a dependent, if they were on your tax return for 2018, if you have not filed 2019 yet, or if they're on your tax return for 2019. So that's the good news on the stimulus benefit, okay? There's a couple phase outs that comes into place. If you make more than $99,000 as an individual, or $198,000 is married. So it does phase out. So you've got to make sure that you get your 2018 tax return done, your 2019 tax return done, whichever one, it doesn't matter, but you've got to have one tax return done either in 2018 or 2019. And yes, this applies to everyone, whether you're an employee, whether you're self-employed, or whether you're a business owner. Okay. Next up, this is the money where you can't work. So this is can't work money. Okay. So you are an employee or sick, you have, you can actually get a tax credit. So here's some tax credits that you're entitled to. You get the lesser of the average daily income, or $511 a day. So up to 10 days. So let's just say you can't work. You have to take care of, you're sick. Your employee is sick, you can actually get a tax credit for up to 10 days. So if, let's just say I was unemployed due to being sick for 10 days, I could claim, if it was $200 a day that I made, that would be $200 times 10. That would be a $2,000 tax credit that you could claim on your 2020 tax return. If you're taking care of others who are sick, or if your child care is unavailable, or if your children are out of school, which everybody is at this point, you get the lesser of 67% of the average daily income, or you can get up to $200 a day. So that being said, guys, this is great. This is a great credit for you to help to help not only save money in taxes next year, but what I want you to understand is that you can free up, if you have a spouse who's working and you are expecting less taxes that you owe next year, you can actually increase W-4 exemptions, or a W-4 increase on your tax return. You can increase the deductions, and you can get money right away. So you don't have to wait until the tax refund comes next year. So I just want to make sure I'm super clear about that. So next up, the unemployment benefits. So many people have asked me about these unemployment benefits. What do we do? How does it work? So the stimulus, you can actually get full benefits. There are going to be full unemployment benefits for 4 months. So that's a long time, guys. So, the goal is for you guys to not be out of pocket, not have to worry about, what's coming, and to be able to stay at home and, and to be able to get this unemployment benefit that you need. It's $600, up to $600 a week. And there's a couple there's a couple extra things I want to add to this on the unemployment side. Let me go back. The federal is actually stepping up on unemployment, and also the state. So most state agencies only allow you to get between 30 and 40%. And so now the federal is stepping in and actually allowing up to 100% unemployment. Now, the unemployment benefits haven't changed. Different states, you have to qualify for them. So you need to go to your unemployment office in order to try to get that taken care of. But this also applies where it used to not apply at all for self-employed, for 1099 subcontractors and small businesses. We just weren't entitled to those things. You are now. So you can definitely go to your unemployment office and file for benefits, go online. I'm sure you can do that online. So super excited about that. Next up, and this is something so many people are asking me about, is how do the SBA loan money work? The loan money, how does it work? So is it a grant? Is it a loan? How does it work? So I'll tell you, there's two aspects of it. There's the SBA loan money. The first part is something called an economic injury disaster loan, and it is actually turns into a grant if you use it for certain things. You can apply directly on the SBA website. I will tell you that this is limited. So the amount of people that can actually get this SBA loan is very limited. If you're injured due to this economic disaster in any way, you've had to lay off employees, you're not able to work. There are certain ways that you can actually get this money and not have to pay it back later legitimately, only because you're using it for certain things. So we just applied for this yesterday. I want to make sure that our staff is taken care of. And so you can ask for a $10,000 advance, even if the loan's not granted. So this is kind of the first step. You go to the SBA website, you apply. There's a box that you can check to say, I want to apply for the $10,000 advance. So it's literally free money if you use it for the right reason. So if you're using it for rent, if you're using it for utilities, to keep your business open, if you're using it for payroll to keep your employees on staff. So, go there and apply for that. If you have suffered in any way, as far as your business goes, your small business. Now the loans that are granted, you can actually get up to 3.75% for 30 years. So, this is a great time. This is a first come, first serve basis. This is limited to, I think, $10 million right now that they're allowing us to get. So, and I will keep you updated as much as possible, as quickly as possible, guys, as I continue to get this information, because not only are we trying to do taxes, but I'm also trying to learn about this so I can help you guys. So now the SBA loan, it covers rent, payroll, mortgage interest, utilities. So the whole purpose of these loans right now is for you to be able to continue either operating your business, continue to allow your employees to stay home and work or not work. So just to keep everything going until this all, wipes its way out. So until everything gets back to normal, if that is going to happen. But I feel like, and I just want to share this with you. I feel like that everything is going to be better after this is all over with. We're going to figure out a better way to run our businesses. We're going to figure out a better way to work together as a team and just help more, have more. So I'm just super excited about what is to come. So next up, so the SBA loans, the loans are up to 10 million. It's based on your payroll between January 1st and February 29th of this year. So there's some paperwork I'm going to add into this feed when I get finished, just some connections to the government agencies so you can get that paperwork for the SBA loan. All right, next up, we've got, so here's the loans for the 7A, which is what this is being called. The loans are up to 10 million based on payroll between January 1st and February 29th. The interest rates are as high as 4%. and there are expedited approvals. So the $10,000, they're saying it could take, 3 to 5 days. You could actually have the money in your bank account. You're literally putting in your routing and account number into the application. And then if you want expedited, go into your bank, ask for an SBA loan, or pick up the phone and call them and see what you need to do, because there's a lot of banks right now that are very unclear about what is to come, what they need to do. So April 3rd is when they're starting this whole lending process, is what I'm being told as of right now. You need to prove the same payroll as before, and it becomes an interest-only loan. So what that means is that if you continue to operate with the same payroll, the first 8 weeks of this loan can actually be completely forgiven as far as the principal goes. So this is a win-win situation, guys. If you understand, the whole goal here is to keep people in and to keep people working, so that when this does end, we can all go back quicker to to not necessarily a normal state, but we can all get to a point where we're transitioning out of this, and the government's not having to pay unemployment for millions and millions and millions of people. So it's just a much better situation for all of us to be able to keep our employees, to be able to get these loans. The loans are then forgiven if you continue on the same payroll. So there's also this is a big deal. There's a delay in payroll taxes. So you can actually delay 100% of all of your payroll taxes right now. And 50% of the self-employment taxes. So what that means, what that looks like, is that you can not have to pay in and not get hit with penalties and interest payroll taxes. This is a huge, huge deal, guys. So I'm not telling you don't pay them if you have them. What I'm saying is the government is trying to help us by delaying certain things that they can take advantage of and that they control, and we can actually push off these payroll taxes. So 50% of payroll taxes, which is the portion that you pay. So let me explain. Payroll taxes would be 7.65% of every employee that works for you. That's your portion, and that goes to FICA. And so we're saying that you can delay that. You can also delay 50% of your self-employment taxes between now and December 31st of 2020. And here's the great part. You have until December 31st, 2021 to pay 50% of those payroll taxes, and then you have another year to pay the extra 50%. So it's just pushing some things back to give you room and a cushion to make things work in this time. The other thing I want to tell you, because I am an accountant, because I work with this every single day, most business owners are overpaying themselves in taxes anyway. So what I want you to understand is that if you can limit the amount of taxes that you're paying yourself, and that's going to help you out. Pay yourself a distribution. I would tell you that at least 20% of your net income needs to be paid to you in a paycheck. But here's the thing, guys. Don't overpay in taxes if you don't have to, and you don't, especially in this time. So, for those of you that are taking a hefty paycheck, stop. You can pay yourself 20% of your net income in a paycheck, and the rest of that should push forward through as a distribution that you're perfectly entitled to. And so we'll have some more conversations as well as this continues on. I can go into more detail on each of these things, but I just had a limited amount of time I wanted to share with you guys today. So next up, this is huge. There's never been a better time to be able to withdraw money from your 401k or your IRA. I know that things have kind of crashed right now. You can actually take up to $100,000 without taking the penalty, the 10% penalty. You still have to pay taxes on it, but you'll have 3 years to pay them. So, if you needed to take money out right now of your 401k, you're not going to get hit with that 10% penalty. They're going to give you time to pay the money back that you would have to be paying taxes on anyway. So this may be a good time to take some money out of that. I am not a big fan of 401ks. I'm not going into that here, But so this is your time. You can use the funds to pay into an unfunded whole life insurance policy. You can invest it where you get reasonable dividends. So, there's lots of really good tax advantages along the way. And allows you, you can also borrow against the money that you have as far as in your 401k if you wanted to. And they're not, from my understanding, you're not going to be charged with the interest along the way. So some really good stuff on 401ks. Then we've got mortgage assistance. And guys, I'm an accountant. I'm here to save you money in taxes, but I also want to give you as much support as I possibly can. Right now, there's mortgage assistance available. You can put your mortgages on hold. There's no late fees. It will not affect your credit. Foreclosures are now on halt, so you cannot be foreclosed on right now. You cannot be evicted right now. It works with all carriers. So this is a countrywide mortgage assistance. So, reach out to your banks, reach out to your loan officers and ask them these questions. This is not something I know a whole lot about, other than the fact that I want you to understand that this mortgage assistance is available. So, the last thing I want you to do is be concerned or scared about what is to come. Everything is going to work its way out. And so, the government stepping in and helping along the way. So, free up cash with refinancing. This is something else that you can do right now. I know that there are I've got friends who are in credit repair companies, and right now you can call your credit cards, you can call your utility companies, you can tell them that you're having an issue trying to pay the bills that you have, and ask them for some extensions on your payments. And they are working with people every day to do that. So you can also refinance. Right now is a good time to refinance your mortgages, your auto loans, and any other debts that you have. So you can stretch out the terms. You could potentially lower the interest rates, especially on homes right now. You can defer the payments as well. So reach out to your lenders and ask them if you can do that. One of the biggest things with taxes, and I want you guys to understand, like this year, if you do expect that this year you're going to lose money, don't worry. So, I'm not saying don't worry. What I'm trying to say is there's some initiatives. So if last year, 2019, you made a good bit of money and you end up losing money this year in 2020, you can actually offset your losses against your income so your losses in 2020 against your income from 2019. So what that looks like is that we would prepare your 2019 tax return, see that you owe money. We'd not necessarily pay that right now because everything's kind of being furloughed. And then we would go back. Once we do the 2020 tax return, we can go backwards 5 years and show all of those losses. So you can actually take your losses now in 2020 and offset those against against the last 5 years. So huge deal. It was that you could only take a net operating loss carry forward. They did away with the carryback in January 1st of 2018. Now they brought it back. So now they brought that back into play. Big deal for you guys to understand this net operating loss carryback. They actually limited as well. The losses that you would have, you can only take 80% of the losses. Now you can take 100% of those losses. And that could qualify you for a refund. So, or if you owed money in a prior year, then those two things can offset each other. So huge deal to carry along the way. All right. Up next, let's see what we got. Okay, maximizing tax deductions. That, guys, I can't help but add some content in on what I do every single day is to find ways to save people money in taxes. And so there are so many people that I see on a daily basis that are overpaying, $5, $10, $15, $100,000 a year. That we just recently found someone $110,000 a year that they were overpaying. And it was in payroll taxes, it was in missed deductions, it was in not properly structuring their business. And so I'm going to be sharing every single day. I'm either going to be sharing content along with someone else and helping them grow their business, helping people understand where we are. But I'm also going to be sharing on my own pages and then helping you guys just understand, just provide this free content, because the last thing I want you to do is overpay in taxes and not have the money or the ability to do the things that you need to do, to spend the money to help people in the way that you need to help them, to and help yourself. So that being said, I want a couple more slides that I'm going to share with you. One of the things that's really near and dear to my heart is social giving. And if you know me, we give to a couple different nonprofits. But one of the things that's going to happen right now that nonprofits are going to get hurt right now, and I want to help address that. So we decided April 16th of 2018 to combine our passion and our profits together and help enough people get exactly what they want, and we'll automatically get what we want. And I truly believe in that. And so we combined our passion and our profits. That changed everything for us. It skyrocketed our business. And I want to urge you that now is the time to not stop giving. Now is the time to continue to give, to continue to help people, to continue to give of your time, to continue to give of your energy, of your effort, of your love, and also and money if you have it. So one of the things I just want to share with you guys really quickly is nonprofits. Because I'm so passionate about helping them, I figured out a way to combine my passion and my profits. And so our company, OTB Tax, we started feeding children whole food, plant-based nutrition, providing them immune support. And what we were able to do is take that and turn that into a tax deduction because of the way that we give. See, the average 96% of Americans get no benefit from giving at all whatsoever. One of the things they just added into the stimulus package is, whether you itemize or not, you can give $300. A person in America can give $300, and that be 100% tax deductible. But going another level, if you're a business right now, you can give from your gross profit, your gross income. So if I give from a gross income level, and we do is for every dollar that comes in our accounting practice, we provide whole food, plant-based nutrition to a nonprofit called Manna Relief. And so we've been able to do that now, and been able to feed 1.7 million servings of food to children in need since we started that program. And we're being able to provide mostly medically fragile children to the tune of 7,800 servings a day. And we're not stopping that. The other thing that we've added in is that we're providing, for every $25,000 that comes in our accounting practice, we are now freeing a child from sex trafficking through a nonprofit called Operation Underground Railroad. And guys, these nonprofits need us. They need us to give. They need us to help. They need us to spread their word on what they're doing, because people are going to stop giving as much. But if you understand, if you give from a gross income level instead of a net profit, you can actually benefit massively and take 100% tax deduction as a cost of goods sold item. So don't stop giving. It will literally change everything for you. And so with that, and please understand, I'm going to be doing some more detailed stuff on this. I want to get as much information as I can to you, but I want to also give you a download of my book for free. So that is going to be available to you until May 15th, 2020. All you have to do is text the number and send that in. You'll get a download. You can click the link. You can just type in your name and email address, I think is all. We're not going to be bothering you, bombarding you with information. Maybe once a month we'll send you something, but that's not the purpose here. The purpose is for you to get this download, for you to get the information. I wrote a book called More Relaxing, Less Taxing. We've sold over 10,000 copies of that book this year. But it's literally why you would be brain dead not to own a business. And so I help people free up money and typically take their living expenses, help them understand how to take their living expenses, redirect those into business expenses, and have a home-based business that can pay them some extra, not extra money, but to help them have a better life. And guys, now is the time. And I'm going to give you this this last slide so you can have my information. But now is the time. Now is the time, and I'm actually, you guys can take a picture of it. You can come back to it, but I want to get on the screen so you can see me and understand what we're doing here. So yes, I think, am I back on? Okay, yes. So, guys, now is the time. Now is the time that we help our family. Now is the time that we share with people the information that we have available to us. And I think it's so crucial for you to understand that you can literally help people free up $400 to $700 a month in taxes. So I get if you're scared. I want you to understand, if you lost your job today, I'm so sorry. If you're on unemployment today, I'm so sorry. If your business is failing right now, I'm so sorry. But this time it will get better. It will get better. I know that it will. And with the stimulus package, with the CARES Act, and everything that they're doing, I mean, I'm excited about what's really happening right now. I know that things are grim right now, but I want you to understand that most people in America, the number one expense that they have is taxes. And so, we just got a big tax cut. We really did. So the number one expense is taxes. And literally, if you take food, clothing, transportation, and housing combined, you will spend more in your lifetime on taxes than you will on those four things. And if you don't believe me, go add it up. But when you take the property taxes, when you take sales tax, when you take income taxes, FICA taxes, when you add all those up, they equate to a lot of money. And on average, the average American is spending 40% of every dollar they make in taxes. And here's why that's important to you. See, the knowledge is power. Applied knowledge is power. Just knowing it is not going to help you do anything today. But what I want you to understand is that you have something. So you may have a friend who has a home-based business, or a network marketing business, or an affiliate marketing business. I don't care what it is. They're trying to share with you a way that they're not only making extra money, being able to provide for their family, being at home with their family, but they're also trying to save money in taxes. Because when you become a business owner, you're going to save between $4,000 and $8,000 a year. That's just the way it works. If you go from being a W-2 employee to a W-2 employee with a home-based business, guys, the things change, because the things that you were currently spending money on before that you can't write off on your taxes do become a tax deduction. So I want you to understand this. And this is before the pandemic happened. The average household makes $60,000 a year in America. They pay $14,000 in taxes. Their take home is $46,000 a year. And the average cost of living in America is $53,000. That means that the average household is going in debt $7,000 a year to work 40 hours a week, 50 weeks a year, to take 2 weeks paid vacation. What I'm trying to tell you is the system was broken beforehand. If you really sit down and figure it up, if both of you if not both of you staying at home, but if one parent stayed at home, I can guarantee you, if you made an extra $500 to $1,000 a month, I've literally seen it replace a $55,000 a year paycheck, due to taxes, due to extra expenses, due to going out to eat, doing every day for lunch, due to going to Starbucks every day, due to all the extra things that you don't have to spend money on. Guys, I get it. I get these times are tough. And it's funny, I see different aspects of people every single day, and I'm so grateful to be a part of this world and to be able to help people. But I see the pessimists that are seeing like this is the worst thing that could ever happen, like it's never going to get better. I see the optimists that are over here saying, you know what, we're just going to keep going. We're just going to keep doing what we're doing, and everything's going to be good. I'm grateful to be one of those people. But here's what I do know. If we just give up, if we just put our guard down and just say, you know what, I'm going to just sit and wait and figure out how this is all going to work out. It's not the time to sit and wait. The time is now to go out and make a change. The time is now to go out and help people. Stay away from them, but help them. So, I hope this gives you some hope today. I hope I've given you some information. I'm going to have a couple other people on here to help give more and more details of the as things progress. But, I just want to provide you with the fact that, go help more, have more, do more. And at the end of the day, God bless. And, I look forward to seeing you guys on another live. And if we've missed your questions, we will go through today and try to answer them. I cannot see any of the comments or the questions right now. So, I just, if you guys have questions, please, if you'll post them here. And so we have one spot that my assistant can help me answer the questions. And I know you've got concerns and we want to help get them answered. So I hope you have a great day and happy Wednesday.